Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Omega Insight. Tonight, I wanted to talk about the value of reviewing our day. Many years ago, when I was studying Torquem Saradarium's teachings, he talked about how important it was at the end of the day to review your day. And the concept is to review our day, not to beat ourselves up for the things that we didn't get done and we flubbed up on, but to reset it in our mind and prepare us for the following day. For example, we could look through our day, and his suggestion was to start from, like, as you're about to lay down for bed, what did you do previously within the last hour? Was there anything that you could have handled better, something that you could have seen differently or said differently or not spoken? So you would just take yourself from the back end of the day, back yourself all the way up to when you first woke up. And the idea of reviewing our day, this gives us an opportunity to repair anything in our mind. Again, for example, if I look back and I'm about to go to bed and I think, okay, how was my day? Well, dinner was nice. I got to play with the kids, and we had some family game night, which was nice. Oh, I probably could have been a little bit more supportive of my husband, let's say, when he was beating me at, I don't know, Monopoly or something. And next time I think that's what I'll do. So I just mark it off. I can't change it because it already happened, but I can make a mental note. Now, next time, make sure I want to be supportive. And then go from that. Okay, so after I got off of work, what did I do? Was I able, I didn't really get to take the dog out for a walk like I wanted to. Next time I'll remember that's what I want to do. I'm going to make sure that when I think about saying I want to take her for a walk, I'm going to take her for the walk. Then I'll plan accordingly to make sure I'm able to do that. Review it back to the way I was working. How did the rest of my day at work go in the afternoon? Were conversations done? I could have probably handled that conversation a little better. I'll make a mental note. I'm going to handle that better and continue all the way back to the end of the day. Now, I know this seems like, well, what's the point? Well, the point is so I don't walk into the next day feeling disappointed that I didn't get things done or I handled things incorrectly. It's to recognize that I'm human, that I don't, even though I know to be aware and conscious, I don't always achieve it. So instead of beating myself up, I acknowledge the places that I could have done a little bit better and encourage myself, plant the seed to encourage myself to strive for the next day. That's really all it comes down to. There are some people who like to say that at the end of the day, it's a good opportunity to do gratitude. Like, what are you grateful for? I like starting my day with the concept of being grateful, but then there are some times where I will actually think about at the end of the day, what have I been grateful for? So the concept of reviewing my day, again, it's an opportunity for me to not beat myself up for the things I didn't achieve that I wanted to, and to prepare myself for the next day. What else can I be doing? A couple of, maybe a year ago or something, I found this book. It's called Define My Day. And the nice thing I like about it is, well, it has to-do list, which I love to-do list, but it has the idea of starting your day off. Like, there are priorities that you want to do. So what are some of the priorities? Give yourself 3 priorities of tasks that you want to do. And then in the back, it has review my day. So in the back, before I go to bed, I take a couple of notes. Oh, I could do this. I could have done that. So I acknowledge the things that I did well, and then I acknowledge the things that I could be striving to do better. And that's it. We don't have to beat ourselves up. We don't have to feel, oh, I can't believe it. Anybody who's ever been on a diet, I'm just going to pick on this one. Anyone's ever been on a diet knows what it feels like when we fall off our diet. We go, oh, well, just this time. And then we think, well, I didn't do it, so I might as well just wait. Well, let me start again on Monday. Or, I'll start the end of the month. I can tell you I feel the same way when it comes to, oh, I'm going to exercise every day and I didn't get it done. Oh, well, I'll start the beginning of the week. And then if that doesn't work, let me just start. We're at January 23rd, I'll start February 1st and just keep pushing it back. And I understand life unfolds, second force happens. A lot of us talk about that. But again, the concept is to not fall into the trap of beating ourselves up, to start anew. So I didn't work out today. Oh, that's okay. I can do tomorrow. And I can feel inspired about doing it tomorrow. Now, Torkham isn't the only one who's ever talked about reviewing our day. There are a number of individuals, coaches, public speakers, teachers who talk about the value of reviewing our day. It's almost like we acknowledge the things that we've done. We can go for the whole day and not even acknowledge the things that we have done. That, wow, I did handle that conversation correctly. Hey, I'm really grateful that I remembered to keep my mouth shut and let somebody continue speaking and wait until they asked me for my feedback. That's something that's just as important as well. It's not to have an inflated ego and make us think, oh, I'm the best thing that's ever walked this planet. By no means, that's not what it's for. It's to be able, as I've already mentioned, to be able to acknowledge what I've done and encourage myself to continue on. Striving is one of my favorite words as well. Striving to do better, striving to continue on. I know I'm not going to reach it just yet, but I'm striving towards it. It gives me, striving gives me will. It inspires me to continue on. When I stop and recognize the things that I've done, that's an inspiration. Anybody who's ever gone hiking out in the woods, they will tell you, as you're hiking, it is recommended every once in a while to turn around and look what the path looks like on the way down. Because if you don't, it's going to look quite different. If you've ever hiked, I love to go hiking in Sedona. As you're hiking up a mountain or a hill, if you don't turn around and look and see what it's going to look like on the way back, it's going to look quite unfamiliar to you. So it's very important to look back and see where you've been. And this way, in this case, in the hiking. Well, the same is true for our development. It's important to look back and see where we started from. We can easily fall into the, oh, I'm never going to get there, and beat ourselves up because we are our biggest judge and jury. It's easy to do that. And then it's also beneficial to recognize, well, I may not have done it, but at least I have the awareness to know that I can do it better next time. And that's what planting the seeds are, especially right before you're going to sleep. It's very powerful. Right before you're going to sleep, to plant those seeds in our mind, thinking the next time I encounter that situation, I'm going to remember to do X, Y, Z. Have a little bit more patience, have a little bit more compassion, have some understanding, practice reticence and patience. By planting those seeds, it goes into our subconscious. Now, I don't know all the psychology and the science about the subconscious, but I do know that if I plant a seed before I go to sleep, it's going to manifest there. It's going to be in my consciousness, and I sometimes will actually dream about the things that I've thought about or planted seeds in my mind. It's a great tool. I mean, when we're asleep, our consciousness doesn't really stop sleeping. It's continuing processing. That's why they recommend before you go to sleep not to watch TV. To read actually is a really good thing before you go to sleep. So that thought, those things that you're thinking will resonate and continue to ferment in your, I don't think that's ferment, in our mind while we're sleeping. So again, that's the concept. If you're interested, this is actually called Define My Day. It's www.definemyday.com. That's where I got this book from. And it takes you through a whole month. This is one whole month. It has a journal in the back for you to write things out. But it's a good thing to review your entire month. So I actually do it in pencil and I erase it and redo it again. Of course, I can transfer this to my computer, but I kind of like having something in my hand, especially if I'm traveling. I don't want to carry my computer around. That is the benefit of reviewing your days. I encourage you to start your day with gratitude and end your day with reviewing your day. You can even end the day with the things that you're grateful for that happened during the day. Even that you're grateful that you remembered to review your day. So thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you for our I think our coffee talk, the next thing I see will be on our coffee talk in February, which we will send out a newsletter probably within this week. Until then, thank you for keeping the spirit of Omega alive. Bye now.